Welcome to Politics Done Right. I am your host, Egberto Willies. This is a progressive program that will take the mystery out of politics. This is the program that will encourage you to make sure government becomes we the people. Whether you are liberal, progressive, conservative, or otherwise, you get to air your point of view. We are an independent media outlet that, unlike mainstream media beholden to corporations, we only owe allegiance to you. Remember, you can also send me a tweet at EGBERTOWILLIES. That is at Egberto Willies. Let us engage. It is Politics Done Right. Well, folks, welcome to one more edition of Politics Done Right. I'm Egberto Willies, your host. We are going to have a great show for you after I'm done with my intro and my monologue, etc. We have a great interview to do with Mac Regan, who's going to talk about politics, how we recover from COVID-19. Folks, you know how it is. You know how it is. The reality is that as it is right now, we are in dire straits. It has not hit yet. Today is April 1st, April Fool's Day. I hereby promise to run absolutely no April Fool's jokes. And I actually decided to make the promise after I hear Michael Rudden said April Fool's Day, going full screen to avoid the comment section today. And that kind of scared me. Are they going to prank me today on the April Fools with the messages? I don't know, folks. But anyhow, we're going to have a great show for you today. The title of the show today is the 2020 American Revolution, and we're going to discuss that with Mac Regan. But beforehand, I want to have a COVID-19 update and implications. Brothers and sisters, I want us to start, people say, this is not the time for blame. This is not the time for all these things. I am sorry. It has to be the time for blame, people, because this thing is ongoing. And if it's not the time for blame, what it then says, what we are immediately saying is that all the deaths that occurred, all the deaths that are likely to occur may continue because we are not putting the blame where it should go, and the same methodology being used in the past will be used again. So no, please bear with me. We must assign blame. And in assigning blame, we must talk about what is the solution after assigning blame. And why do I say that? I heard today Mr. Biden, the vice president, the Pence, went out there and he is starting to assign blame. And if he is successful in what he is doing, what he will be saying is he will misdiagnose the real issue that's getting us to all these deaths that's occurring here in the United States. And it's suddenly going to become that this belongs to the CDC, belongs to China. No, it does not. This is real. And let me play, let's remind how this stuff started with a piece done by Ali Velchi. Let's go ahead and play that, and then we'll move on from there.
For months, the president downplayed the impending devastating impact of the coronavirus, and now he is changing his tone.
We had a lot of people were saying, maybe we shouldn't do anything, just ride it. They say, ride it like a cowboy. Just ride it, ride that sucker right through. That's where the 2.2 million people come in. Would have died, maybe. But
7 minutes until showtime.
And that's not acceptable.
Ride it like a cowboy is yet another term I didn't think I would ever have to say on TV during my career. But here's the problem. There is no scientific or medical expert who told the president, as far as we know, to ride it like a cowboy. In fact, the president himself continuously brushed off the threat of coronavirus.
Person coming in from China, and we have it under control. It's going to be just fine.
How concerned are you?
Well, we pretty much shut it down coming in from China. We're finding very little problem, very little problem. Now, you treat this like a flu. When you have 15 people, and the 15 within a couple of days is going to be down to close to zero. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. Some people will have this at a very light level and won't even go to a doctor or a hospital. They'll get better. There are many people
6
like that.
minutes.
That wasn't even a month ago. For months, the president downplayed the...
Now, as it turns out, it seems like we're having issues.